This is exactly right.
The best time to think about home security is before you need it.
That's exactly why there's Simply Safe.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in has already happened, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Simply Safe's US-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them so intruders never get to your house.
The system is customizable so you can build one that fits your home and your specific needs.
The 24/7 professional monitoring is effective and affordable and won't lock you into a long-term contract.
I think that's what's so scary for so many people is that long-term contract. And like, what if it turns out you don't like it or need it, but they don't have that because they know you'll like it and you'll know that you need it and feel so much safer when you have it. Like at this point in my life, I would never go without a security system on my house. I just feel safer with actually having Simply Safe around.
There's a whole staff at Simply Safe that's waiting to talk to you and help you out. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/MFM.
That's half off at simplysafe.com/MFM.
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Goodbye.
Get into the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event and get away with a deal so right, it almost feels wrong.
Right now, you can get great deals on Hyundai's most popular models,
including the adventure-ready SUVs like the Hyundai Santa Fe or Santa Fe Hybrid and the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid.
Plus, there's the bold and stylish Elantra loaded with the latest tech.
Or go all-electric with the Ioniq 5 or the Ioniq 9.
So get down to your local Hyundai dealer and get away with a deal you'll love during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Visit HyundaiUSA.com for details.
Goodbye.
Vacation planning should feel like a breeze, not a deep dive into countless travel sites searching for the best deal.
With Cheap Caribbean's Budget Beach Finder, you can search every destination and every date all in one search.
You'll save time and money with the Budget Beach Finder.
Say goodbye to endless scrolling and tab hopping and hello to Budget Beach Bliss at your fingertips.
Go to cheapcaribbean.com to try out the Budget Beach Finder and see just how stress-free vacation planning should be.
Goodbye.
Hello. And welcome
to my favorite murder.
This is the Minisode.
This is the Minisode. Speaking of which, actually, we're going to do it live this Friday, right? Next episode. Yeah, on the fan call.
It is this Friday.
Yeah.
Live streaming. First time ever.
Right.
No editing.
Right.
Our secrets are revealed.
That's right.
This Friday.
This Friday. 4th? Yeah. In the fan cult.
Yes.
So join the fan cult if you want. I think this is going to be like a test run, and then maybe we'll see how it goes and go from there.
Yeah, we'll see if we like it and if it works for us personally.
How much we just humiliate ourselves without editing.
And then if it works, we'll both start playing Halo on the fan cult. Come watch us. Game.
Well, do you want to go first?
Sure. The subject line of this is old school hometown.
Classic.
It says, you asked for more hometowns in the classical style, so here, period, you, period, go. Period. Most Minnesotans probably point to Jacob Wetterling as their true crime awakening, which Georgia told beautifully a while back.
Oh, thank you.
But for me, it's always been the abduction and murder of Katie Poyrer. In spring of 1999, 19-year-old Katie was working late night at a gas station in her hometown of Moose Lake. A man in a Yankees jersey and a ball cap was seen on surveillance coming in and speaking to Katie at the counter, then leading her out of the store by the neck, never to be seen again. Yeah. My family had to drive through Moose Lake on the way to my grandparents', and the highway was full of billboards asking for any information on Katie's whereabouts. The one I remember the clearest was Katie in a silver satiny button-up with hair pulled back in a scrunchie. Literally could have been any girl in the late 90s. It's been 21 years, and I still haven't forgotten it. Luckily, an employee at the subway next door had seen a Ford truck pull up to the station and took notice of the license plate. Oh, thank you.
Brilliant.
Starting with 557 and ending with a Y, as sketches of the captor and the surveillance video, which got sent to NASA for detail refinement, went to the 1999 version of Minisode Viral. A coworker of Donald Hutchinson noticed some similarities and remembered him being weird the week of the abduction and called the police less than a month later. Turns out Hutchinson was actually Donald Blom, who had been working under a pseudonym and had a history of abducting women, which at one point landed him on the sex offender registry. He had taken his third wife's last name when they married as a way to escape his background.
Red flag.
Right? His truck's license plate was 557HDY, and he had property near the gas station. After a thorough investigation, police found bone and tooth fragments in his fire pit. They were Katie's. Blom was convicted of first-degree murder in the summer of 2000. He is appealed, but his wife, who originally had provided an alibi in the trial, recanted her statement to legislators, saying that he was not home the night of the abduction, and she believed him to be the killer, as he had been abusing her for the majority of their marriage and would often be missing for days. Police have since tried to tack him to other cases of abducted and murdered women in the Minnesota-Wisconsin area. In the early 90s, he was a key suspect in one disappearance under the name Donald Pintz, but they have not been able to make anything stick. At least he is forever behind bars. Katie's billboards changed from calls for help to memorials, and that's when my love of true crime began. SSDGM. No name.
Wow, what a tragic story.
Yeah.
I mean, that unfolding as you're a child and seeing it in billboards and hearing your parents talk about it and teachers and stuff is just like, it'll sear into your memory for the rest of your life, you know?
Yeah. And also, I think that when they said it, like the 90s way of going viral, that thing where you would see something like that and it would be so shocking and striking because that was the only way they could get word out.
Right.
That this girl was missing and that people, they needed help and they needed people to participate. And God bless that, like that person who worked at Subway was paying attention and cared enough to like write down what they saw and remembered.
That person saved so many lives because that guy would have obviously, I'm sure he did it before. I'm sure he would have kept doing it. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, that's a good one.
That was a great
job.
one. Good job.
Good job, nameless, wonderful email writer. Good job.
Good job. This one is called My Uncle Was Arrested for Murder. And I picked these out like a week ago, so I don't remember what they say, and it's going to be a surprise to me too. So
that's what makes it fun and exciting.
Exactly. Hello, all. As soon as I was introduced to your podcast, I knew that I needed to write in to share my story, and I'm finally getting around to it. #quarantine. The story is a bit long, so sorry, but this is something that completely rocked my whole world. Family secrets always sound super cool until they happen to you/involve murder. I'm 22 years old and only recently found out about my family's deep and dark secret. Let's rewind to how I found out. Last winter, my older sister and my father were sitting in the living room having a discussion. When I walked into the room, they immediately got quiet, and after a few seconds, my sister said, "Yeah, she definitely doesn't know." Obviously intrigued, I asked who didn't know what, and my dad looked at my sister and then back at me and asked if I knew how my aunt, my mom's sister-in-law, had died. When I answered saying she was in an accident, my dad nodded and proceeded to ask if I knew what kind of accident. My apparently naive and stupid self replied, "Car?" Because when you grow up being told your aunt died in an accident, I feel like it's normal to presume it was a car accident. Or am I wrong? ? No. My dad shook his head no and said that he didn't think I wanted to know how it happened because it was sad. Therefore, my first thought was suicide. When I suggested that option, my dad shook his head no again and said, "She was murdered. Your uncle strangled her."
Ugh.
This was the first and last time that anyone in my family would talk about the murder with me. Because I was obviously not going to leave it at that, I did some digging on my own. And after a lot of research, I found out that my uncle, all caps, my mother's brother, and my aunt were having an argument about leaving him for another man when my uncle got so angry that he beat and strangled her with his hands. When he, quote, snapped back to reality, he saw my aunt lying on the ground. My uncle was the one who called 911, which is why it was ruled first-degree manslaughter instead of murder. He was sentenced to 8 to 25 years and was released after 8, which happened to be a few months before I was born. My family pretends nothing happened, and if I hadn't walked into my dad and sister's conversation that day, then I would have known nothing about this. To this day, my mom does not know that I know, and it was implied that I should never bring it up again. I understand wanting to put the past behind you, but I also think that I deserve to know that the same hand that shakes my boyfriend's hand on the holidays and the ones that helped raise me when I was little were also the sole weapons in a murder. I hope that your family secrets aren't as dark and twisted as mine. Stay sexy and don't get murdered, especially by your uncle.
Here's what surprises me, or like what I didn't see coming.
Yeah.
Is that they're still a part of they're still in the family.
Yeah.
And look, we don't know the details. We don't know the context. No judgment.
Right.
But I was like, oh, that it's like it happened and then
move on.
They're just, I mean, who knows? Who knows what the context was? But oh my God.
It's that thing you can never imagine how a family deals with something like that until you're that family. And I'm sure it's like we have all these, like, I would never do this and I would always do this and I would do that and that. And it's like, okay, well then that's your brother too that you grew up with. So what the fuck?
And I feel like when we started this podcast, it was easy to do that because we were so far on the outside.
Totally.
And the longer we do this and the more people we meet and the more emails we read, it is not that simple, obviously.
Right.
That's like that's our learning curve, is that kind of thing where I think it happens more than people think it does.
Yeah.
And I think that the complexity of anything like that is like, you just can't say. No. And you know, from the outside, you can say whatever you want about what you think you would do. You have no clue what you would do if it was that close to you.
It's beyond comprehension until you have to fucking deal with it. And then you have no idea.
I also think it's interesting that I wonder if that person was the youngest, or like, did they say?
No, but I'm guessing
why they would be kind of like the last to find out.
Yeah.
Because that happened to me in our family all the time. Obviously not to that extent, but to the extent of like, my cousin got divorced and everyone forgot to tell me. And I was in the wedding.
Oh my God.
Like, it wasn't like I didn't know my cousin. Wow. It was like very close to me. And then I saw, after they broke up, we all saw him, and then I asked him where she was, because I thought they were still married, and then his whole face dropped. It was this dramatic thing, and I turned to my mom and my aunt Gina, and I was like, "You never tell me anything!" Like, I had it like almost temper tantrum because I was so embarrassed, and because they would do that all the time.
That's pertinent information if you're going to see that person ever again.
Yes, like, but maybe they just didn't expect. They didn't expect it, but it is that kind of thing where I think, you know, sometimes that is the coping mechanism, which is just, we're not going to talk about it, and we keep it a secret as long as we can.
Totally.
And that makes sense.
Wild.
It's also just like hard and awful.
Yeah.
Whew. All right. Here, want some more hard and awful stuff?
Yes, please.
I've got one right here for you. My relatives, was very similar. My relatives, and then in parentheses, yes, that's plural, are in prison for murder.
Whoa.
Hi, Karen, Georgia, Stephen, and pets. I love your podcast, and I wanted to share my family story. I live in a small town of about 1,000 people in Alberta, Canada. In 2011, a relative of mine, Miles Nasland, went missing. His wife, Helen, suggested to police that he may have died by suicide. Miles was an abusive alcoholic, and they were having financial issues as well. Helen also struggled with depression and had attempted suicide. Things were not going well for Miles and Helen, so the police did consider Miles a missing person, and most people believed that it was suicide. 6 years later, an underwater recovery team from the RCMP searched the slough near their farm. In the water, they found a large toolbox, and I bet you can guess what was in it.
Tools.
In 2011, Miles and Helen were fixing farm equipment that broke down while Helen was operating it, and Miles was very angry. He told Helen that she would, quote, pay dearly for damaging the equipment. Miles' anger continued that evening when he knocked everything off the kitchen table during dinner, telling Helen, quote, "This meal was not fit for a dog." That night, Helen decided that she had had enough.
Wow.
While he was sleeping, she shot him twice in the back of the head. The next day, Helen and one of their 3 sons put his body in a toolbox along with some added weights. They welded the box shut and threw it in the water near their house. They threw the guns in the water and burned the mattress and bedding. Helen reported to police the next day that he was missing, and for 6 years, Helen and her son got away with it until her son revealed the secret to a friend. Soon after that, Miles's body was found. In October of 2020, Helen pled guilty to manslaughter and her son pled guilty to offering indignity to human remains. She's now serving 18 years in prison while her son is serving 3. And that's the story of my criminal relatives. Thanks for reading. Stay sexy and don't tell your friends where you hid the body.
Wow, that's fresh. That's less than a month ago.
Right.
Holy crap.
That's right. It did. They just went to jail.
Yeah.
It's more heavy family.
Yeah.
That's a 6-year family secret, I would imagine.
Yeah. Wow. 6 fucking years.
That could have continued on.
Yeah. If that guy hadn't gotten high and told his friends a secret.
I mean, that would make sense. Like, after that amount of time, that first of all, I think that would feel like so much longer than 6 years.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, who's gonna,
Or it's like, I've known this person for fucking 15 years. They would never tell anyone. And then it's like, you underestimate how freaked out people are going to be by you saying that to them, you know?
Oh my God.
Like, I love my friends. I don't think there's a single one of them I wouldn't fucking rat on if I found out about that.
Oh, I'd rat both of you out in a heartbeat. Just immediately.
You told on us even though we didn't do anything. Told the cops.
It's just like, have you looked at Stephen Ray Morris for this? I
really think you should dig up his backyard. Okay.
Oh man. Yeah.
Okay.
The hits just keep coming.
I mean, truly. This one's called Found a Box of Murder Victim Remains at Work. I just started a new job at a small history museum. The other day, as I was putting some things away in the collections room, I decided to just snoop around a little because I am not yet familiar with the collection. I saw a box on a low shelf simply labeled Post-Mortem Miscellaneous. Obviously, this sparked my interest. Having come from working at a 19th century medical history museum, fucking amazing, probably, right?
Yeah, God.
I expected this box to contain post-mortem dissection kits that doctors use to dissect cadavers. I lifted up the lid and was immediately shocked to see some foot bones inside of a decaying sock and shoe, a skull, and some mysterious wet specimens in little jars. I was equally freaked out and intrigued, but not wanting to welcome any bad juju into my life, I shut the lid on the box and went back upstairs to the office to inquire about the body parts I had casually encountered on a Wednesday morning at work. Mm-hmm. Turns out that my boss is a retired homicide detective.
Whoa.
And had used these homicide victims' remains as educational tools when he taught forensics to new detectives in the 70s and 80s.
Whoa.
Some of these are remains that he literally found on the job. I assume he is authorized to have them now, but honestly, who knows? It was the 70s.
Yeah, really.
Apparently, he now uses these remains to increase the scare factor at Halloween-themed events at the museum and local historic cemetery, as if the 18th and 19th century cemetery at night isn't creepy enough on its own. Yeah, he's a character. Stay sexy and beware when opening boxes labeled Post-Mortem Miscellaneous, Catherine.
Sorry for needing this clarity.
Go ahead. Yes.
Were the remains from the 1800s?
The remains were from pre-70s and 80s, it looks like. And then the cemetery in town is from the 18th and 19th century.
Okay. We're just gonna hope. We're just gonna assume and hope that they've been ID'd.
Yes.
Cases have been cleared.
Right. Protocol has been met and shook hands with, and
these are just John Doe remains and not
right. And
because it makes me think of that story. Remember the story I did where the TV show was shooting at the like carnival and they thought it was a stuffed
that skeleton
mannequin
had been like throughout the ages had been through different things.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was an actual person's body. I mean, one would hope.
Yeah.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace.
Every successful small business starts with someone saying, I wonder if people would actually buy this.
Squarespace gives you everything you need to find out.
From consultations to events and experiences, you can showcase your skills with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business.
With Squarespace's collection of cutting-edge design tools, anyone can build a beautiful, professional online presence that perfectly fits their brand or business.
Get paid on time with professional invoices and online payments. Plus, streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools.
Head to squarespace.com/murder for a free trial.
And when you're ready to launch, use offer code MURDER to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Goodbye.
You know your favorite summer clothes by what actually makes it into your suitcase.
Find the outfits you'll wear all season long at Quince.
Quince's 100% European linen pants, dresses, and tops are the pieces you'll reach for all summer long. They're lightweight, effortless to style, and they start at just $32.
Their denim is soft and comfortable, and their organic cotton sweaters are perfect for layering when evenings get cold.
Quince's beautiful 14-karat gold jewelry adds a subtle finishing touch.
So I just went to Italy, and you bet I brought my 100% European linen scoop neck midi dress along with me in the color of floral waterfall, and I wore that thing all over Italy. It was like the perfect day to night. It just looked so pretty, and I felt like I looked sophisticated while still being comfortable.
Make your summer wardrobe feel easier.
Head to quince.com/MFM for free shipping and 365-day returns.
Go to QUINCE.com/MFM for free shipping and 365-day returns.
Quince.com/MFM.
Goodbye.
Every piece of furniture you own has a story.
Sometimes it's an heirloom, and sometimes it came with the house because it was too heavy to move.
If you're ready to start a new chapter with your home decor, there's Article.
Article makes it effortless to create a stylish, long-lasting home at an unbeatable price.
They take great care in curating their collection, focusing on pieces that stand the test of time.
We've talked about Article for a long time. There are pieces in that catalog that are so affordable that are room changers. And if you go through there and there's like a little something you don't even realize you need it until you see how they have stuff set up or what style combinations that they're doing with. They do the boho chic. There's mid-century. It's a little bit modern. It's something new. Like there's so many choices in there and it's not going to break the bank.
As someone who's interested in tons of different styles and time periods, Article covers them all in one place. I love that.
I know I've mentioned already how much I love my entryway table, but I swear to God, because the path that it's on, I pass it 4 times a day, and I love it more every time.
Article is offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
To claim, visit article.com/murder, and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout.
That's article.com/murder for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
Goodbye.
I love this one. I'm not going to read you the subject line because it'll wreck it. Dear MFM, I was 9 years old in 1984 when stranger danger was at an all-time high in my small Canadian suburb. Have all mine been Canadian?
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, Canada. Okay. It wasn't just paranoia. The local paper had multiple stories of young girls being approached by a creepy teenager trying to lure them off the playground at nearby schools. Despite many descriptions given to the police, they couldn't find the guy. One day, my friend Natalie and I were walking home for lunch because, yes, in 1984, even a roaming neighborhood predator wasn't enough motivation for our parents to pick us up from school.
Oh, that is just a classic.
It's very much the truth. I mean, they talk about how like the stranger danger thing like set in this paranoia and stuff, but I think it was needed. I don't know if it was an overreaction.
It's almost like stranger danger because we're still going to let you run free. So make sure you don't talk to strangers because you're not going to have any protection otherwise.
Yeah, because there will be no adult around. So you're on your own kind of negotiating this situation.
The only weapon you have is to not talk to that person you don't know. That's it.
Oh, and also, I'm surprised there weren't posters that just said, run, run, run away. Don't forget to run.
It's okay to run away.
Okay, so that was one long sentence. So basically, I'll read the beginning without that funny parenthetical.
Okay.
One day, my friend Natalie and I were walking home for lunch when we saw a teenage boy approaching us through a heavily treed path up ahead. Immediately, Natalie grabbed my arm and pointed. This guy's zipper was down and his penis was sticking right out. Frozen with shock, we stopped in our tracks on the path. He walked straight up to us and said, "You like this? You want to touch it?" 36, and this is in parentheses, 36 years later, and I will never forget those creepy words. With all the courage I could muster, I quietly said, "No, that's gross." He stared down at us for a second and then just walked away. My heart was pounding. I couldn't believe I'd come face to face with a guy who had been eluding local police for weeks. But here's the thing. This dick had flashed the wrong girls. Turns out he lived directly across the street from Natalie.
Holy shit.
She knew his name and his address. We both ran home to our moms, and the cops were at the perv's house before we finished eating lunch.
Yes.
We even got driven back to school in a police car. Because yes, in 1984, even an attempted sexual assault wasn't an excuse to stay home. The best part was reading about his arrest in the local paper, where the police thanked, quote, 2 brave 4th grade girls for his capture, which made us feel extra badass. Stay sexy and keep it in your pants, Jay.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Great job.
Finally, something uplifting from Canada.
For once. Jesus, Canada.
2 brave 4th grade girls.
I remember when I was in like kindergarten, I was like around that age, and I was walking home from school alone, as you do when you're 5, because I was a latchkey kid. God, was I that young? Okay. And there was like
5 or 6. Yeah.
Yeah. There were some what looked like to me, teenage boys hanging out in our little cul-de-sac, parking lot. And I'm sure they weren't teenagers, but I'm sure they were just fucking with this little 5-year-old, and they go, "Hey, little girl, want some candy?" Like the classic. Sure. And I yelled, "No," and ran to my house, where they could see where I lived, and I was alone all day, whatever. But I was so proud of myself because I had, dare was a big thing. So proud of myself.
You said no to their candy and their drugs.
No. Yeah, that's right. Now I'm going to be alone in this house if you need anything else.
Oh, knock right on this door over here. I'll be watching cartoons.
All right. Badass war, grandma, and a spy, ? Howdy. I've been a big fan for a while, and you two have really been getting me through Zoom lectures and accompanying grievances. Very sexy of you. This is a badass grandma story. I know you love those. My grandma Elsa was born in 1933 in Manila, Philippines. She grew up in a small village outside of the city during World War II with her younger siblings and lots of cousins. When Japan invaded, Elsa and her family had to go into hiding to avoid being arrested by Japanese soldiers. She told me about how she, at 8 years old, had to do all sorts of insane things to not get caught. She and her brothers hid in the mangroves using a reed as a snorkel for over 6 hours.
Oh, shit.
Pretended to be dead on the side of the road. Illegally bred tilapia in a well. And then, in parentheses, says, a gross white fish. A gross white fish. And even had to climb over a wall of dead bodies on more than one occasion.
Oh,
at fucking 8 years old.
Oh my God.
Everyone she was hiding with had nicknames too, so as not to alert the Japanese to their identities or location. This would explain my aunt named Ding Dong and her husband Ping Ping. Isn't that amazing? Like, you just call them that your whole lives, and then you realize it's because they're fucking war heroes.
Yeah.
The most unsettling thing she ever told me was that she, quote, could kill and eat a horse if the moment ever arose. Can you imagine your grandma telling you that? Like, night, night. Night, night, Emma. Her name's Emma.
Just like an 8-year-old girl snapping a horse's neck.
Oh my God. And then, yeah. Jesus.
First of all, that goes against everything that's in a little girl.
Totally.
To kill a horse.
I love horses. Oh, really? Because I am your grandma and I can fucking kill and eat a horse if I wanted to.
I used to eat horses just for fun on the weekends. That's what a badass I was.
Oh my God. Elsa also told me about the horrible things she saw during the war, including watching her neighbors get taken by the Bataan Death March to be killed.
Oh,
that's Bataan, if anyone's into history.
Bataan Death March, yeah.
If this wasn't a crazy enough experience for everyone in the Philippines at the time, apparently Elsa's uncle was a spy. Then it says, of course he was. This crazy bastard hid a radio in the wall of a nunnery that the family was hiding in to send secret codes to Portugal and England in hopes of stopping the Japanese invasion. I wasn't told a lot about this, but I guess he had a pretty big role because not soon after my grandma and her siblings found the radio, the war was over.
Whoa.
Besides her horrible time growing up during a war and seeing some pretty gruesome things, Elsa turned out to be a total badass, which is like, what else are you going to fucking be?
Yeah. Hell yes, she was.
She eventually got married and fled to England with her 6 kids, including my dad. She taught them all of her war secrets and some less than lethal habits, like how to line a suitcase so TSA can't see what you have hidden in your suitcase. Gather round, kids. Mom's got
Is it for strange soils or plants that you want to take to Hawaii? Get over here. I'll show you how to get.
Oh, you want to bring a lizard to your friends that you're going to visit here you go.
Snakes to Ireland? Do it.
Some of her other escapades include building a plane with her husband, establishing a nightclub in Beijing under my family's name, founding an art collection at the Metropolitan Museum of Manila, and visiting every continent. Yes, all of them.
Whoa.
She lives a quieter life now in southern England, working on a book about her time in the war. We'll see if she ever publishes it. Can we start a fucking Exactly Right publishing company right now?
Yes, this is it.
Book.
The imprint
Elsa
begins today.
Stay
Get
sexy.
over here.
Stay sexy and don't eat a horse in wartime. Emma from Massachusetts.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm obsessed with using a reed as a snorkel.
That's cartoon level shit.
Oh my God. That just like, holy shit. And they just had to. They had to do what they had to do.
Totally.
They had to wring that horse's neck. They had to.
They had to survive a fucking war in their hometown, and they fucking did it. It's just
oh my God.
As children. It's crazy. Elsa.
Massive high five.
What's funny is that Emma says that she's 20. She just gave her age. And so that means that Elsa could be like 60. She could be like, we could be like drinking buddies with her probably.
But wait. Sorry, I don't think so because what war? I assumed it was World War II.
Right. No, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, 1933. No, you're right. They're right. Mathematically, that doesn't work.
It wouldn't work.
But we can
still
have a drink with her.
I mean, we could still have fun. Obviously, the idea too that she went through such horrible things and then went on to be like, oh, now I'm going to live the most nuts life.
Yeah.
Like, I really want to talk about the nightclub.
Yeah.
A nightclub and like basically
building a plane.
They built a plane. Did they fly the plane?
I don't know.
And was it just for Instagram selfies?
Oh my God. They just rented it out to fucking influencers.
Oh, you want to look rich? Come over to Elsa's. She'll let you sit back there and pretend you're a Kardashian.
Oh my God. So many questions. Emma, write us more about Elsa or send a picture or something.
Tell Elsa to write that book. Get someone, get a stenographer in there ASAP. Get all those good stories down.
What's that thing we do ads for? Storyworth? Fucking sign your promo code murder.
Ever been a Storyworth integration that needed to happen? We'll do it.
Let us know. We'd probably get you a free one. That would be it.
Get the president of Storyworth to Elsa's house yesterday. We need to know. For Christ's sake.
Oh my God. Send us your fucking amazing stories. We can't wait.
Stay sexy.
And don't get murdered.
Goodbye.
Elvis, do you want a cookie? The best time to think about home security is before you need it.
That's exactly why they're Simply Safe.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in has already happened, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Simply Safe's US-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them so intruders never get to your house.
The system is customizable so you can build one that fits your home and your specific needs.
The 24/7 professional monitoring is effective and affordable and won't lock you into a long-term contract.
I think that's what's so scary for so many people is that long-term contract. And like, what if it turns out you don't like it or need it, but they don't have that because they know you'll like it and you'll know that you need it and feel so much safer when you have it. Like at this point in my life, I would never go without a security system on my house. I just feel safer with actually having Simply Safe around.
There's a whole staff at Simply Safe that's waiting to talk to you and help you out. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/MFM.
That's half off at simplysafe.com/MFM.
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Goodbye. Cheap Caribbean's Jet Set July sale is here.
Right now, save $200 on vacation packages of 4 nights or more with promo code 200BEACH.
Whether you're dreaming of Cancun, Jamaica, or the Dominican Republic, your next vacay just got more affordable.
Don't let summer pass you by without the beach.
Use promo code 200BEACH and get more sand for your dollar.
Head to cheapcaribbean.com today to book your beach vacay.
Goodbye. Capture your favorite summer feeling with Pandora Jewelry.
Discover a collection inspired by the sunshine, freedom, and moments that make the season unforgettable.
From sun-kissed metals to personalized pieces ready to be engraved with your summer mantra.
Each design moves with you from beach days to golden nights and every memory in between.
Shop Pandora Jewelry's new summer collection in-store or online at pandora.net and let your summer unfold. Goodbye.